Hey guys, it's the week 5 recap. I know last week I said, forget this, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. I take some of it back, but not all of it. I still have the most points against, by far, by like 50 points. It's the closest person. And I still have one of the lowest points for totals, right? I mean, actually, no, not one of the lowest points for total, right? So it's still hard for me to accept this, but I take the win. I accept the win. I will take, especially over the horn dog. Always nice to beat the old man, so I'll take it. This was the week of the running back and the random person, right? Like massive points left on people's benches. Habanos doesn't play Gabe Davis, who goes off for 37 points. Luckily, Habanos still gets the win. However, Tons of Anarchy doesn't play Taysom Hill, who scores almost 50 points. And Tons of Anarchy loses. But yeah, lots of like crazy scores. I feel like it was the week of the running back. There was a lot of running backs who scored big. Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette, right? So lots of running backs scoring big points there. Obviously, Travis Kelce is in a league of his own. I mean, the man, he shouldn't even be a tight end. Like, he should be something else. He's outscored tight ends by such a dramatic margin. It's not even funny. I mean, I have Dallas Goedert, who I think is like the 5th best tight end, and Travis Kelce has like almost 100 points more than Dallas Goedert. Like it's absurd. So he's just a whole thing unto himself. And that game last night was so good. It was such a good game. It was physical. It was what you expect from like an AFC West rivalry. Some questionable calls, some questionable no calls. Like the refs weren't all that great in that game, but still a very good game. And Devontae Adams is now get sued as a result of his shenanigans. So that's going to be fun to watch. But yeah, close games this week, and then some not so close games, right? I mean, everyone was quick to the waiver wire, trying to get Jared Goff, who just puts up a big, nothing basically. They get shut out by the Patriots with Bailey Zappi. Like, didn't expect that, coming at all. The Thursday night game was a mess. That thing was embarrassing. Just two washed quarterbacks. John Wilson's walking that just cheering, so happy that that the Seahawks have Geno Smith now instead of Russell. Russ is officially cooked. But yeah, great week, guys. We've got 2 teams that are separating themselves at 4-1. Big win by Zach this week, and another win by Peter. So both of them sitting at the top of their divisions at 4-1. A couple teams sitting at 3-2. Bunch of us sitting at 2-3, and then we've got one team bringing up the back, the Mad Dogs, with 1-4. It is still early in the season. Okay, remember I don't think playoffs start until like week 14. We've only played 5 weeks, so definitely time still to play the waiver wire, make a couple of trades, and turn your season around. I am definitely hoping for that, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, no major headlines. I almost recorded this video yesterday, like before last night's game, but I was like, nah, like there's some big names and big players, playing, so, I'll wait. Even though most of the games were decided, except for the check casher don't panic game. And I'm glad I didn't, because, even with Mahomes going off for 34 points, it wasn't enough. With Darren Waller getting hurt 6 snaps into the game, wasn't quite enough to pull out the victory for check casher. Seeing a 0 from the Hines and a 0 from Waller, and a less than 4 points from James Robinson, that's pretty painful there, man. But I mean, it was a good week, right? I mean, nothing crazy close, decent scores, decent games. We had one blowout, and other than that, it was just good games. So I'll always like seeing that. Let's see what's coming up here for week 6, guys. any major games going on? See, oh, Cuddy Shark playing last year's champs. And Zach going against Chris. That's always a fun game to watch. I always enjoy watching Zach and Chris battle it out. Looking historically, that both of them have finished in the top 3 every single year they've been part of the VFL. So both are incredibly competitive owners. So I'm really excited to see that. I think Zach has the better team this year, but every game looks fairly close. Looks like Barrett over Mad Dogs is kind of like the blowout win. Don't Panic over Cuddy Shark is looking kind of that way too. But all the games look fairly close when you look at the projections right now. Get your waiver picks in, guys. Lots of injuries. Again, seems like every week there's more and more injuries. So get your picks in and, get your lineup set before Thursday. All right. See you guys.